record for whoever is not on tonight. It is Thursday, January 21st, the night before Snowmageddon 2016 for any of you East Coast people. So tonight I just want to do some shout outs to a couple people we have on the board with Success Club points. We have Catherine at 2, Emily at 1, Stephanie at 5, Sharon at 2, Chloe and Rachel. I know you guys have been busting your rear end, so keep on going. It's not gonna, it'll all come back. It'll be, all your work will pay, so don't stop. Upcoming things, we have Team Cup starting February 1st. There were 10 of us total, so I went ahead and split us up into two teams, but we'll do it like, you know, all together as a team in terms of encouraging each other. I made myself the leader of one team, and it's me, Emily, Sharon, Rebecca, and Abby. And then Catherine volunteered to take the name as leader of the other team, and Amy, Rachel, Chloe, and Stephanie. So Catherine, your Amy, said she wanted to be on a team, so I put her on there with you, so just so you know. So I just checked it out. There's some pretty good prizes this time around. Like even the first tier is like a really cool Shakeology cup, like a tumbler. So that's as easy as, I think, as a team, all 5 of us getting, I want to say 20 or 30 Success Club points, and then you as an individual hitting Success Club 5, which is totally doable. So if each person has a goal to hit 5, you surpass that first level. So you get a fun free gift. Along through the month, we'll maybe try and do some little fun activities like we did, maybe try again that bingo board and stuff like that. But really, honestly, it's no different than any other month. It's just that there has been statistics that show when you push really hard on a Team Cup month and you get those points, obviously it's going to help your business grow. But that's the case for any month. You push hard, you get your points, you add new people, you're going to have results. So don't stress out about it. It's totally low pressure and just hopefully a fun thing to work towards. Team Cup. Okay, so now the moms group has one more week in it. And then what I was hoping to do is that we would move all of those people, whoever wanted to keep in accountability, we just move them over into our ongoing group. So that way we don't have like 5 different groups going on. So we'll put something out towards the end of it saying, do you like this? Do you want to keep with the accountability? We have a group we can move you into, and there are not as many daily posts, but everybody checks in and kind of does that. So we'll move those people in. About that group and any other accountability group we have going on. So I was listening tonight to a couple of things to get some ideas on our team call. And I was listening to a call on YouTube by Anita Myron. And she was talking about how to go diamond in 90 days. And basically, what it came down to for her was your challengers, which it really is. And so the reality is when you have people in these accountability groups, we need to just really try and keep them accountable, have them see results, have them have an outcome, have them get a feel for the Beachbody environment and get a feel for what we do. And have them fall in love with it just like we have. So that way they want to be coaches. They want to get to Emerald. And we're not just recruiting coaches. We're not just recruiting people that will fall off in 2 months. We're recruiting people that love it just as much as we do. And so that's the ultimate goal, is to help people and then have them get excited to help people. So with that said, we check in on your people in your accountability groups. If they're not showing up, ask them what they need. Like, do you need somebody to check in on you more often through a message? Do you want me to, do you need to take a picture and send it to me every time you get your workout done? Like, what can I do to help you? Do you need personal development ideas? Like something that maybe will help you on the inside as well on the outside? So just, we want to get those people, we want people to have results. We don't want people to just buy something and not, you know, get the results that they want from it. So that's going to end. We'll move them to the group, other group. February 1st, I just put out something. So I figured we'd try to start a new group depending on how many people we get between now and then. If not, we can push it to the 8th and then see how many people we have. If we have anywhere from like 5 to 7 people total, we go for it by the 8th. And it's going to just be the same thing as the moms group where it's like kind of focused and then we move them to the larger group. So that is the February groups. And then follow up with any people you have in the free group that's going on right now. Send them a message now. Hey, how are you liking it? What do you think? And I did that with all my people today. I've been trying to be very careful and look at the mutual friends because sometimes, you know, people get confused. I know, Chloe, I had a couple of your people. And actually, I started messaging one today and I was like, oh, it's a mutual friend. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Chloe's your coach. If you ever need anything, she's awesome. Go to her. So if somehow that happens, it happens. Just make sure we check, you know, mutual friends and we're not like talking to other people's people by accident. You know, it happens just among these free challenges. But just make sure you follow up with them. Ask them how they're liking it. What are their goals now? You know, and then from there start kind of building conversation. And if they have some goals that they're looking for, ask them if they're interested in hearing more about what we do as coaches and, you know, some groups that we have coming up. So the one night recruiting event that I had hoped to get for next week, probably not happening next week with us being home for the next 4 days, and this week got thrown off with snow days too. So I did not plan very well accordingly. So I'm going to try and shoot for that for early February, which might be good because we can kind of build it up a little more and start talking to people about it, and then that will be some good stuff for February. So it'll be early February, either a sneak peek or a recruiting event. I posted tonight some social media tips from Anita Myron that another coach I posted, and they're really good. Some stuff that I'm doing that I'm like, oh, like I didn't even think about that they really, and the difference between like what to post on your like page and what to post on your personal page. And she gave some really good ideas and tips on there. So check that out. It's on the Team Limitless page. I posted it just a few hours ago. So tonight I wanted to talk a little bit about handling objections because I know that we all are getting objections. Oh, Catherine, you're on two places now. I see your kitchen and your
my computer just
That's okay, you're fine. No worries. So with handling objections,
so sorry.
So like I said, we should all be getting objections because if we're not getting objections, then we are not going for no. The goal is to get as many as we can, which means we're reaching out to as many people as we can. We're putting ourselves out there as much as we can. So you are getting objections. Everybody gets them. Sometimes we get them more than others, which we all have a lot of those days. So I had a couple of things that I went and looked through, and I tried to get some different tips and ideas from different YouTube videos. And those are the things that really help me. Like when I'm struggling with something, I will look it up on YouTube and look up what some other coaches do or how to handle it. Like I was having a hard time with all these people that don't respond to me when I send them a message and nobody sends anything back. So I just kind of looked it up on YouTube and I tried to find different ideas of what other people do. So that's a different tip, but go look up a video somewhere and see if you can get some tips on how to word things differently and try things new if what you're doing now isn't working. So a few things. Number one, you want to empathize with people when you get an objection, because we all know that Shakeology is expensive. We all know that when we first heard the price of it, we were the same way. And we need people to know that. So using the feel, felt, found thing, I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way when I first was considering this option. But then after a few weeks of I decided to give it a try, and after a few weeks, I found that this has changed, or after a few months, I found that it's changed my life. And, you know, it's really is worth giving up my $4 at Starbucks or my drive-through, you know, lunch, because this is replacing that. So take them out of their objections, and get to know their why. So why do they want your help? What are they asking for? What are their goals? Are they asking to lose, you know, 15, 20 pounds? Are they pre-diabetic? Are they really struggling? You know, where are they? Have they been trying to lose these last 10 pounds for a year? And that's kind of what you have to relate to them and bring it back to them and say, I know you've been wanting to lose these 15 pounds for a year. So how much is it worth? Is it worth you giving it a try for this 1 month and see how it goes? Is it worth giving up maybe going to Subway every day for lunch, you know, for trying to try Shakeology in place of it? So take and ask them their why and keep asking questions. One of the girls said that whenever you're about to share how much something costs, ask another question first. Like until you get to the point that you know that they're ready. You've done enough on the front end. You've answered all their questions. You have done, you know, they've shared as much as they can with you. So you've gotten to know and build up that. And then you tell them, okay, well, this is what these are your options. This is what you could do. You could, you know, get the challenge pack. And why is the challenge pack worth it? What has your experience been? My experience has been that 99% of my customers that actually do the entire challenge pack with the Shakeology get the best results, which is true. I mean, if you do the Shakeology, you do the program, you do the accountability group, those are the people that see results, and that's what we want. And that's what we want to share with them. So share your experience with them. Share, you know, how you felt and how it's changed. You know, ask them, do they take a multivitamin? You know, what is their healthiest meal of their day? And then compare that. Be like, you know, well, think about how much a thing of, you know, how much would your salad out at lunch cost, or how much would your breakfast cost? And let's replace that, or attempt to replace it for 1 month and see. It's already in your budget. These foods are already in your budget. So you're not taking that much out of your budget when you factor it into what you're already doing. So that is okay. If you hear the I don't have time thing, so think about if you woke up 30 minutes earlier, or if for 30 minutes instead of scrolling on Facebook, you did your workout. For 30 minutes instead of scrolling on Facebook, you invited 3 friends to join you. You would be making your money for your product and also helping other people instead of scrolling Facebook. So somebody that says they don't have time, we just have to find out what they do with their time. Ask them. So tell me, what do you do with your time? Like, I understand you're a busy working mom. What do you do after you get home from work and between work and bedtime? Do you have 30 minutes while you're cooking dinner? Do you have, you know, 30 minutes after the kids go to bed that you could invite friends to join our team or to join you or share with you what you're doing? So a lot of that. And if you also look, one other really good resource, if you go into the back office under training, let me find the exact one. I went in there tonight too, and they had some really good stuff. Like, let me find it. Under training, where did I find it? Training library. Go under training, then training library. There's another thing that had provided different, like, handling objections and that kind of stuff. It had some really good stuff that you could use as well in terms of scripts and stuff, ideas, a way to word things. So another thing that people objection that sometimes we hear a lot of is accountability, and they're like, well, I'm just going to do this on my own. I just bought a DVD from Walmart and I can do this on my own. And the biggest thing is we want people to understand, let's see, hi Rebecca, can she hear us? Rebecca, can you hear us? Well, I see her. So the biggest thing about handling people saying that they're going to just do it on their own in terms of accountability is that we want them to understand what the difference from them doing that and what we provide them as coaches in our accountability groups. You know, what would be the difference from that, or if you had women just like you there to support you when you're having a bad day, or sharing a tip, or sharing some recipes, what would you take away from that? Would you take away more? Would you find yourself to be more accountable for getting your workout done when you had somebody checking in on you? So that's another thing that maybe you can use in terms of handling that objection. And I just want to make sure she can hear us. Rebecca, can you hear us? I don't know. So in terms of, sorry, I was just checking to see if anybody had posted anything. One other thing, full 30-day refund. If you're not already telling your people this, tell them, because they need to know that if they don't like what they get, they have 30 days. They can send back an empty bag of Shakeology and get reimbursed. So if that is their concern, that they're not going to like it, or that it tastes bad, or that it's not going to do what they really say it does, then tell them, well, you know what? I felt the same way, and I really thought that when I started, I would send it back. I thought I was going to send it back because it was going to be terrible, and it was just not going to do anything for me. Well, I loved it, and it changed my life, and now I'm, doing this. So you can send it back and get a full you can get a full refund within 30 days. And I want people to know that, because we don't want somebody to get it and not like it. We want people to fall in love with it and feel the same way we do about it. And if they don't, then they should send it back. All right. And then last, just giving the decision to them. So we can't make anybody decide. We're not in the business of talking anybody into something. We're not salespeople. We're not going to try and sell them on it. So we give the decision back to them. I'm here to support you no matter what. If, right now is not the right time, I do have free challenges every month. You're welcome to join those. And then maybe I can check back with you next month before our next group starts. Sometimes people, like, this was actually really good, and this would have helped me when I was looking for something to say to somebody when they aren't responding, because sometimes you'll message, they're ready, and then you never hear back from them ever again. So one thing that she suggested that you say is, I noticed I haven't heard back from you. I noticed some hesitation. Is there something that we could talk about, or do you have any other questions I could answer for you? So that just helps to open that conversation back up, and they can explain to you why they are hesitating. Why is this not for them right now? I can understand that your budget is important, and it should be important. But either way, I'm here for you. I offer free groups monthly. I can follow up with you again next month before my next group. Does that sound good to you? So just always set a time to still follow up with them, because as we always say, no means not right now. And we don't want people that are not ready. We don't want people that are half in. We want people that are ready and ready to commit, because those are the people that will have results, and that's what we want. We want people to feel good, walk away feeling good about themselves, feeling good about the products, and feeling good about what they're doing. So those are some suggestions for handling objections. The biggest thing is, like I said, you just got to keep going. I've had my weeks of this is just terrible and I'm never going to get where I want to be. And then I have, you know, great weeks, and we all do. And it's totally up and down business. And that's just how it is. You have your ups and downs. So you just got to keep pushing forward, keep finding new people. About finding new people in the free challenge groups too, this popped in my head earlier. A long time ago, somebody had told me, and I want you guys to keep this in mind, when you add a new person, like say in a challenge group, you added somebody for January, they need a good 2 to 3 months of building trust and building like who you are and learning about you and what you do before they're even going to consider going for something. Yeah, there are those few people that hop in right away and are like, yeah, let's do this. I heard about the fix. I want to jump in with you. This has been great. But really, all the benefits that I get out of my free groups come 2 and 3 months later. They don't come immediately. So all the people you follow up with from this group, 99% of them may be no, not right nows. But they will keep watching you, and they will keep following you, and they will keep, you know, you keep checking in on them and you keep following up on them, and they'll join another free group, and eventually they know who to come to when they really are ready to come do what we're doing. So keep that in mind. Maybe maybe 22-minute hardcore is for them, and that's what they want to do. And so in March, you hear from them because you've built up this relationship for 3 and 4 months with them, and you're the one they're going to go to for it. So keep it in mind that, like, don't get discouraged. You don't get anything right away out of the free challenge groups, because it's just a building of your network over time. And that's just what it takes for somebody to form trust and believe, you know, in what you have to share. So do you guys have any questions or any specific objections that you have had that you didn't know how to handle, or what did you do about them, or anything about objections that you guys want to talk about or share?
What about once you have somebody and they aren't really interested in being part of the accountability group, but you have to meet people where they're at, but you know that it's going to be helpful if they are, but they're just not into it. You just leave them on the side and offer to let them text you and stuff or whatever.
Just message them. I'll say, you know, okay, well, I'm happy, you know, we can message. How would you feel about messaging each other, like daily, weekly, like what would work for you and how can I help with that accountability? And if you know, and then maybe like before the next month starts, maybe say, hey, we do have a new group, you know, available. I'd love to put you in if it's something you want to give a try for a few weeks. And if you don't like it, you can always come out, but it's not going to hurt. You can get some extra like little tips and recipes. So yeah, I mean, you definitely want to meet them where they're at. Some people just don't need it. And some people, really, you know, they want it and they thrive off of it, and you know, and that's what, you know, you want to meet them where they are. But yeah, offer whatever they need. Catherine, you're getting beat up there. So yeah, but I mean, if they're doing okay without it, then just let them be and check in on them as you can, you know. Anything else that you guys can think of? Alrighty. So I think that's everything for tonight. To end with a quote, let's see. This one was a good one, I thought. It's, your journey has molded you for the greater good. It was exactly what it needed to be. Don't think you've lost time. It took each and every situation you have encountered to bring you to now, and now is the right time. So everything you're doing matters, and every situation you're in is bringing you to where you want to be. Oh, you're so cute. Okay.
She agrees.
I know. Yes, that's right. All right. So with that said, have a great week. We have plenty of days left, 10 days left in the month. So you have plenty of time to get out there and talk to people. If you're snowed in, take some time to shoot some messages out in between your glass of wine. Get your workouts in, and we will talk next week. So have a great week, and if you need anything, reach out. All right. Have a good night.
Thanks, Ryan. Bye, Chloe.
Bye.